So our topic for today is going to be problem solving. Problem solving is particularly important because we're going to face problems throughout our life. And being a teen, some of the problems that you all have could be particularly challenging. So it's really important not only to have tools and skills to help us navigate those problems, but to also have support through the form of peers, friends, and adults. And the way that we navigate our problems can have both a positive and a negative impact on the trajectory of our lives, our overall well-being, and quality of life. You'll have handouts that explain the SNAP protocol. So SNAP is a 4-step problem-solving strategy that you can use at any time and at any place, whether it be at home or at school, to really help solve problems and situations that may be challenging for us. So let's start off by identifying a problem. Once we get a lot more comfortable with how SNAP works, we can then move into more complex and maybe orange and red problems. I have a suggestion for us today, but I want to check in with the group about this idea first. One thing that I've heard you all mentioning, which is the amount of options that we have in our vending machines and the food options that we have provided for us in the cafeteria. What do you all think?
Yeah, I think that's a good topic.
I would like a volunteer to see if someone could state that problem in one clear, concise sentence. Who would like to try it out? Thanks for participating.
Thank you. The problem is that we don't have many options for food in the cafeteria currently.
Lack of options in the cafeteria. So think about what the goal could be. Who can name the goal in one sentence for us to put up on the board for everyone to see? Yeah, thanks for participating.
To increase the number of options we have for lunch.
What does the group think?
Yeah.
So now we're gonna move on to the next step, which is A, which stands for all possible solutions. Here, there are no ideas too big, too small, or ideas too silly. We wanna get all of our ideas down so that we can talk them through and see which ones are the most realistic and which ones are possible for us to try out. So I want to invite you all to share out what's coming up for you and what ideas you have to really address this problem. Yeah.
We could start a protest.
I like that idea. You want to make sure that your voice is heard. So I'm going to go ahead and give you a token for that. What other ideas or possible solutions are coming up for us?
I think we should speak to who's in charge of the food in the cafeteria and try to just pick their brain to find better, healthier solutions to the food we already have right now.
So find out who's in charge. All right, let's get a couple more.
We could get a poll of the food people want to see in the cafeteria so we have an idea of what other options we need.
Wow, that's an excellent idea. I love that you're thinking about getting the voices of your peers heard. Thanks for that suggestion. Is there any other ideas that are coming up for us? Yeah, thank you for participating.
If it's a problem about money, we could possibly fundraise.
I really love that idea. It looks like we have a lot of really great ideas. And so what we want to do now is begin to have a discussion about which ones are the most realistic and the best possible solutions we can pick and try out in the next week. So I want to start off with maybe thinking about the ones that are less realistic. Yeah, thank you.
I think fundraising, because it's not a permanent solution, you have to keep fundraising in order to keep getting money to pay for the food.
You're right. Maybe the timeline of 1 week might not be the right fit for this option right now, but maybe that's something we could go back to. What does the group think?
I agree.
Yeah.
All right, what else is coming up for us? Yeah.
Starting a protest?
Okay, so starting a protest. So I'm wondering if you could tell me a little bit more about why you think that might be too difficult to do this week.
Yeah, well, a lot goes into a protest, a lot of organization. I don't think that we could do that in 1 week.
So I'm gonna go ahead and cross that one out. Y'all have been doing such an excellent job collaborating and sharing your ideas out, sharing your feelings, sharing your thoughts. And we've narrowed it down to 3 options. So out of these 3, what is coming up for us? Yeah.
I think it'd be good if we combined all 3 of them and divided the work amongst each other.
It'll also be easier to complete in 1 week if we split up the work.
Dividing up the work is a great way to really be collaborative and work together as a group. I really love that. Thanks for sharing that. Just to make sure that everyone's on board, what do we think about potentially combining these 3 ideas, dividing up the work, and coming back next week to check in to see how that went? What did you all think about the activity that we just did?
I think it's a It's a way to visualize how we already problem solve in our heads, and it's just a way to write it out and see how we actually do it and manage it easier.
How do you think this can apply to your own life? And do you think it could be useful?
It could definitely be applied to my own life. It'll help me realize all possible solutions for any problem that I might have.
Is there any last thoughts about participating in this activity?
I think I'll start using this strategy from now on. It's cool.
All right, y'all. So we're just at the end of our time. So before we leave, again, I just want to give everyone another token for your participation. And I really hope that today's discussion could really be put to use over this next week. And I'm really excited to hear back and see how trying our solution went.